really like you.
I like you too, Cassie.
I like you more. Ew.
Alright, these are 5 signs that she's not into you. Number 1, she leaves you on red. That's pretty clear, she's not interested. Number 2, she replies with one-word answers. Number 3, she takes forever to text you back. Obviously, she's got other priorities. Number 4, she doesn't flirt with you. And number 5, she doesn't take initiative. It's always you texting first. 5 signs she's into you. And I know it's pretty obvious, you don't need signs, but some of you asked me to do a TikTok on some signs that she's interested in you. So here we go. And just a disclaimer, I'm not a dating coach. I know some of y'all called me out for giving too many dating advice. These are just based on what I experienced in my life, so don't pick on me because that's not nice. So number 1, she asks you questions, and that's pretty obvious because she's interested in getting to know you. So she wants to know more about you, your family, friends, your hobbies, or anything. Right. Sign number 2, she asks you to hang out, and it's not always at your place or hers. It's not always, in the bedroom. She wants to actually go out and do things with you, which is nice. Number 3, she tells her friends about you, and she mentions that when she talks to you. Like, for example, if I'm dating a guy and I really like him, I tell my friends, and then when he asks me what I did today, I'll be like, oh, I was out with my friends, and I talked to them about you. I mentioned that you are someone special. Maybe not that cheesy, but yeah. Number 4, she doesn't text you just once a day. If she likes you, if she really likes you, she'll try to at least text you twice. Maybe if she's really busy, once in the morning, once at night. She'll check in with you throughout the day. You'll know she's interested. Number 5, when you guys go out, she doesn't talk about her ex. And that goes both ways. If a guy or a girl talk about their ex, obviously they're not really interested in you and they're still trying to get over their ex. So if you are with a woman who can't stop talking about her ex, just run. Yeah, bye. If you want to have a good online dating experience, then this is what you should do. I know a lot of you are going to come at me for saying this, but this seems to be very effective, and a lot of people have told me that this works better than just texting. I get it, it's 2021, but in the older days, people used to talk on the phone. And I know some of you are going to say, no, it's creepy, you can't just get someone's number right off the bat, and yes, you can't. And I mean, you shouldn't. But this is what I think works best. So instead of saving all the conversation for when you meet in person or texting, what you want to do is find something that you both are passionate about or something that interests both of you and talk about it over the phone. So that way you'll have an idea of whether or not you're actually going to like talking to each other before you actually meet. Because I find that a lot of times in the past when I talked to someone on an app, we had a great conversation, and when we met, it was the total opposite. For those of you who are shy, I get it. This could be a struggle, but honestly, it's worth a try. And if you're confident and you don't mind talking over the phone, then you should definitely give it a shot. I mean, we're all busy. We don't have time to go on dates over and over again. So why don't you save yourself some time, talk to her or him over the phone before you actually meet them. That way you know what you're getting yourself into. Honestly, that's how it used to be in the older days. Not that I'm that old, but that's exactly what my sisters and my friends did back in the day, and it seemed to work better. I get it. This is the new normal, so that's why a lot of people would rather text and meet in person right after. But honestly, if you were to ask me, I would say I would much rather talk on the phone. Let me know if you've actually tried that. And if you did it work? These are 5 things that men don't know about women. If a woman pays on the first date or offers to pay on the first date, it doesn't necessarily mean she's a feminist. If you guys end up making out on the first date, it doesn't necessarily mean she wants to go back to your place and sleep with you. So don't mix up the two. All right, number 3, if she doesn't text you all the time, it doesn't mean she's not interested. Maybe she's just trying to see if you feel the same as her, so that way she's not, trying too hard. Number 4, if she's trying to take it slow and, she's not just letting things happen, it also doesn't mean she's not interested. She really wants to take her time. If she doesn't talk dirty to you when you guys text, that's actually a good sign. That means she's really into you and she wants to get to know you and she doesn't want things to go too fast. So, these are the kind of guys you've made out with. Canadian edition. And I'm saying that because I don't know how other guys make out. So, let's go. Number 1, the biter. This guy loves to bite. Like right off the bat, he just starts biting your lips and he has no shame. Number 2, the tongue guy. This guy is all about that tongue action. He just doesn't get it. Like you just met and he just like goes all in and he grabs that tongue like it's a snake fight. Number 3, the peck guy. This guy just gives you a little peck on your lips. It's like, are we really making out? Like, I'm confused. Like, why would you even start this? Number 4, the teeth guy. This guy, when you make out with him, all you can feel is his teeth. It's just teeth, teeth, and teeth. Number 5 is the guy that I just don't like it. This guy is all over you on the first date. You're making out and his hands are all over you and on places that they shouldn't be. It's like, relax. We get it. You're enjoying this. Calm down.
5 things you should never assume about your girl. Trust me, this is gonna help you. Number 1, if she's upset, it doesn't mean it's that time of the month. Sometimes emotions get the best of you, so you act different. Stop assuming it's that time of the month when it's not. Acting hard to get doesn't mean she's a B word. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that she has standards, so get that right. If she invites you over to her place, it doesn't mean she wants to be intimate with you. It could be that she just wants to have a good time or enjoy a good conversation over wine and food. So stop assuming that she wants to get in your pants, okay? Oh yeah, this one got me in trouble a few times because I was laughing at this guy's joke and it turned out that he told his friends I was hitting on him. And I was like, huh? Like, just because I think your jokes are funny doesn't mean I like you. I don't. If you made it this far, then congrats, because number 5 is what us women talk about all the time. All right, so when you're intimate with someone and you're in the middle of doing it, you should never assume that she's having a good time just because she's expressing herself. What you want to do is that you make sure she, finishes before you jump into conclusion thinking that she actually is enjoying it. So never make that assumption because a lot of guys think that she is enjoying when she isn't. So, I know it's about being honest and integrity and communication and everything else. I know everything, but you got to do your job right. Don't assume. Just never make any assumptions, okay? Yeah. You're welcome.
So I decided to do this video on 5 turn-offs in guys. Maybe in the beginning when you're getting to know each other. So it doesn't have to be like 10 years after you've been together or anything. So let's go. Number 1 is bad breath. Number 2 is body odor. Number 3 is obnoxious chewing sounds when they're eating. Number 4 is when you're making out, they make out too hard and it's like not pleasant anymore. It's more like you're like biting too hard or you're just like you're shoving your tongue down their throat and it's not pleasant anymore. And number 5 is when they keep swearing left to right as if like they're pissed or something. Like, it's okay to swear, I do that too, but like when it's excessive, sometimes it's too much. I know some of you are gonna come at me and say that I'm too strict and I'm never gonna find anyone. Well, it's not your problem. I can be single forever. Why are you stressing out, boo? Calm down. This is one of the stories of one of the many dates I went on in Japan. So I lived in Japan for almost 3 years. In my first year, I decided to download Tinder, and let me tell you guys, it was the biggest mistake of my life because half of the guys on the app didn't look like guys, and by that I mean like they had like cat filters and guys who loved Photoshop. And anyways, I came across this guy and he seemed like a decent person. It said that he was a doctor, he lived in Tokyo, and he wanted a serious relationship. So I was like, okay, it doesn't hurt, let me go meet this guy. So we decided to meet at a restaurant. So we talked for about 5 to 6 days, and after that he was like, let's meet. I was like, okay, let's do it. So I meet him at the restaurant. He shakes my hand and he's like, yeah, I'm doctor this. And I was like, okay. I sound like I'm your patient, but fine. We sit down, and this guy, the whole time, he was talking about how many countries he's been to and all the things he's done in his life, all the crazy parties he's been to, and didn't even ask me one single question about why I'm in Japan, what I'm doing. And there was a baseball game playing on one of the TVs, and I don't know if you guys know, but baseball is very big in Japan. And when the game started, I just didn't think this guy would be so into it, because right when I was about to talk, he was like, shh, let me watch this part. And I was like, okay. So by that point, I was so offended. I should have just left, but I was like being polite. So I was like, you know what, I'll stay. So the food comes, and then he's talking about how much money he made last year. And I was like, well, like, I didn't ask, but okay, cool, you're rich, you're a doctor in Tokyo, so you must make a lot of money, good for you. And then finally he decides to ask me what I'm doing in Japan. So I tell him what I did, and I told him I was working as an English teacher. He was like, oh, you're a teacher? Like, do teachers even make that much money here? And I was like, yeah, they do actually. And the school I was working for paid for my rent, and they gave us an allowance. So I was like, yeah, they do. So he was like, oh, I never thought teachers would make so much money in Japan. But yeah. So, like, how many sisters do you have? Do you have any brothers? Blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, yeah. So I talked about myself for a little. And when the bill came, that's when